Alright, here we are. We are at the Holt. Without a doubt, this is by far the hardest level in Ancient Gods Part 1. Mainly because of the boss fight. And yeah, I'm going to try my best to really explain what to do. And I do feel like I might not have like enough gameplay footage to really explain everything. So please read in like the description box. I might try to add in some additional stuff about the boss fight. But for this first arena, this is basically just kind of like, you know, tutorial on how to get rid of the Blood Maykrs, which are by far the most threatening new enemy in this DLC. And right there, my capture card glitched out again, so that's why it looked kind of skippy. But yeah, when it comes to the Blood Maykr, this is the old version, so they used to like attack faster. And they are a very high priority target. You really have to like try to take them out ASAP. But at the same time, sometimes you can't, and if that does happen, you do kind of have to take out like the other kind of heavy demons, and you'll see what I mean here. So this part, pretty standard fare. Nothing like, there's nothing that's too scary other than this Dread Knight, as you have to be very careful. Yeah, pretty standard fare fight. So for this part, I kind of like waiting for the these little jellyfish things to despawn, and then I'll jump on them.
That's been, you left him here on your last mission.
Whoa, that was weird. My capture card glitched out again. So this part went really wrong here. I wanted to do like a very cool BFG strategy, but I completely choked here, mainly because of this Blood Maykr. He was being a lot more aggressive than I wanted him to be, and I had to really be patient here. And by the way, my shots on the Blood Maykrs weren't too pretty. You'll see what I mean. So this was really awkward, because generally I should be able to kill him at like pretty much right when I take that lift. Like he's pretty much ready to attack me, but for some reason he attacked me way like quicker, and now I'm pretty much playing like, you know, ring around the rosy with him until he like attacks me. So here's my BFG strategy. Right when you see that like animation right there, you really want to try to like take advantage of it, and it's to basically it's to pretty much like spawn trap the spirits. I got pretty bad RNG here. I got the Cyber Mancubus, and I also got really unlucky. Look at that. The Blood Maykr literally just spawned on me, and I couldn't, you know, kill the spirit on time, and I was like, oh god, this is terrible. I missed a really unfortunate shot right there on that Blood Maykr. So now this is awkward. This is completely all improvised here, and I had no idea what was the spirited enemy, so I'm just kind of like running around hugging my chain shield here just in case. And I'm getting really greedy on like the chainsaw. And right there I noticed it was a, yep, there it is. It's a possessed, what is it? What do you call it? Those guys, the snake guys, the Whiplash. And this was actually my very first time fighting a possessed Whiplash here. I'd never ever had like, you know, a failed like spirit kill here, but yeah, that was just really unlucky. The Blood Maykr literally like, he just kind of snuck up on me, and if I continued microwaving that spirit enemy, I would have died, so I had to back off. So this part was pretty like nerve-wracking, I guess. So right here, yes, my footage glitched out right there, but I still remember what happened. There is a Maykr drone that came close to me. I decided to freeze bomb him, and then I got the ammo and the health and all that stuff. Oh, this is embarrassing. Look at this. Easy shot and I missed. That was so embarrassing. And we're gonna see more of those embarrassing shots in the later stages. But I did hit some nice shots. There were some nice shots that I got on the Blood Maykr. Like Blood Maykrs, I really don't think they're that difficult to shoot at. But on the controller, what is it? You definitely have to be more accurate compared to like playing with the mouse and keyboard. Like on mouse and keyboard, if you miss like with your precision bolt or your ballista, you could always just conveniently switch to it. So right here, I'm trying to get rid of the the possessed Whiplash. Oh my god, that monkey bar did scare me a bit. I managed to get it out. So this next wave, this one's pretty scary too. Oh yeah, there was one more whiplash that I needed to kill. I believe there's like 3 Maykr here, and you really have to try to like be very careful with them. Don't get too aggressive. You know, Maykr are one of the most threatening enemies in Doom Eternal, so keep them at your distance. Oh, never mind, it's 4. So it's 4 of them. Alright, so as I was saying, like, you know, fighting the the Blood Maykrs, you definitely have an advantage with the mouse and keyboard. Like, if you missed your shot with the precision ball, you could just switch to your ballista. While on the controller, you have to have like 2 of those weapons on switch. But I much prefer, you know, having 1 headshot weapon and then like a meat hook or my chain shield. Just cause, so I have 1 weapon for defense and 1 weapon for offense. If that makes any sense. I think it's better to have it like that, you know, because Blood Maykrs, they do an insane amount of damage. Like, they're really, really scary. And also, there's also a glitch where their attack can actually clip through objects. So you gotta be very careful of that. You know, just because you're behind cover, it doesn't mean you're completely safe. I don't know if id Software did fix the glitch where their T-pose attack actually does up to like 300 damage. It's not supposed to do that, but there is a chance for it to happen. So every time you get hit by that T-pose attack, be very careful. You might take like 300% damage when you're supposed to take 120. So this what is it? The Cyber Demon and the Marauder wave is really not that hard. You just get rid of the Cyber Demon and then you could pretty much get rid of the Marauder. I remember this Marauder was kind of annoying. He was just kind of not behaving. But eventually, you know, he will die. You just gotta take it slow. But yeah, I've always thought this fight was kind of scary for like the standard encounters. I guess it's kind of like the map layout. Like, it's a little bit scary to go up top since there's you generally have like no idea what's like waiting for you when you take the lift or get the teleporter. So it's always good to kind of like hug your chain shield if you want to like be safe. Yeah, this Marauder just being annoying. Then I finally got him. Yeah, I remember I tried a chainsaw just in case. Alright, so the next little small encounter, this one, I don't really think this encounter is that bad, but there's a tentacle here, be careful. Definitely get rid of like the carcasses so you don't have to worry about them shield blocking you. Yeah, I generally like to use like grenades here. Like, this expansion in a nutshell, it really teaches you how strong the chain shield is. And you're gonna see me abuse the living hell out of the chain gun shield once we get to the final boss here. I think right here I thought there was like yeah, I thought there was that one extra life, but I didn't remember where it was. I don't really remember if that extra life turns into a sentinel armor. But there is a mega health here. There's like a secret mega health nearby. So there's a possessed Arachnotron here, very easy, just abuse the lock on, finish it off with a chain gun, and then microwave beam. Oh my god, ammo is low. So, yep, chainsaw. You know, this game has really taught me to like just chainsaw like a madman because ammo is such like, you know, it's still stingy compared to like 2016, so I always gotta like chainsaw constantly. So we're not gonna do the Slayer Gate here, so we're just gonna move forward. 2 Cackle Demons, you can take care of them however you want. I love my Arbalest, so. And I always love that little beeping sound when it like detonates. Oh yeah, there's like a bit of invisible barrier in that area that I just went to. It's really annoying. They still haven't patched that out. I was checking for rocket ammo and I realized I needed the rockets here. So from here on, a lot of the fights here are pretty chill until we get to that one area with all the pillars and like those electricity thing on the wall. That fight can be a little bit stressful, and I'll eventually tell you what you do and tell you why. So this is the old turret. You know, I have to wait. Oh, how did I miss that? That looked like a hit on me. Oh my micro missiles glitched out there again. They still haven't fixed that glitch, by the way, in the new version. I mean, the current patch for Doom Eternal. I don't know if they'll ever fix it, because I love the primary charge micro missiles. It would be so nice if that ever happens. So on my very first Ultra Nightmare, what is it? The very first time when I beat this expansion on Ultra Nightmare, this Pinky made me crash. Like the moment I killed him, I crashed the entire game, and then I lost like my saving throw. It was really weird. It was like the weirdest crash I ever had. Like my game was completely locked for like maybe a minute straight, and then everything like turned off. And by the way, don't those jellyfish things look like the Zerg spires for anyone that plays StarCraft? Like it really reminds me of those things. It's too bad that we don't find any mutalisks in this game. That'll be pretty cool. I always loved it, like the environment of this level. Like it's just absolutely beautiful to look at. Like you gotta give shout out to the artists that put a lot of hard work and thought into creating like this map here. Alright, so this part, there's gonna be 2 Spectre Whiplashes. You could use Destroyer Blade, or you could do what I do here. I basically kinda like do this. Yep, Chain Shield, Blood Punch. Chain Shield is your best friend against like the Spectre Whiplash. Like it's almost like a hard counter, pretty much. And when you combine it with grenades too. Alright, this part is a little scary. There's gonna be 2 Dread Knights. Immediately lock on rocket them. We can't, you know, we can't have them alive. So that went really smoothly. Sometimes this fight can be a little, ugly. Sometimes you might lose a bit of like armor. And I recommend you to put saving throw in here, and the main reason why is because once you kill the possessed Hell Knight, there is actually like a random chance where you could get a carcass that'll like spawn near you, and he could like just melee you to death, or melee you to a point where you have like no health and armor. I've actually died like that in like a normal Nightmare playthrough, but I've never died like that in Ultra Nightmare. But it's still very good to put saving throw just to be safe, you know. I personally think like this section, like all of like the air demons that you fight, I think this is pretty easy. Like if you just do what I do, you should be fine. Ballista and the Chain Shield is like, they're wonderful. Alright, so here it is. Now the possessed part. So I'll, you know, get rid of the possessed Hell Knight, lock on rockets, and right here I'm kind of like strafing. And I also have my freeze bomb just in case, like, you know, that carcass spawns on me. I could use it to counter the carcass. But since I didn't have that happen to me, that's nice. I was able to use my freeze bomb on the Cyber Maykrs, because after you kill the possessed Hell Knight, get rid of the Cyber Maykrs. And I actually like using Heat Blast for this section because there's a lot of carcasses, there's prowlers, Heat Blast pretty much counters them, so, you know, use Heat Blast. Right after you kill the Cyber Maykrs, that is, you know, like that's, like generally when I kill the Cyber Maykrs, that's where I swap the mod. You see? It's really good. Yeah, this part, I really don't think this part is too bad, but it could definitely be dangerous at times. Like I said, when you have that carcass that just kind of spawns on you and he starts meleeing you to death, it's the worst. Like, it's absolutely the worst. And I'm just getting my BFG ammo. Alright, so I know like the next room is kind of like scary for some people because we're gonna definitely fight some pretty like intense heavy demons here, like some Blood Maykrs, some Barons, we got Cackle Demons, we got the Buff Totem, but I really don't think it's too bad here, especially when you use the strategy that I'm about to show you. Oh yeah, I was just trying to explore to see if there's anything else I missed here, because it's been a while since I've, I guess, like, explored this section here. I always kind of just skip it. And by the way, I've always liked that little lift ride there. It just looks so beautiful to make your way from that section to this section.
He clearly doesn't know what you did in the swamp. Maybe he thinks you're here to help him.
Get rid of that Maykr. So I decided to get up top here, since he was kind of teleported up. I mean, not teleported up, he jumped up here. And this is where like these two invisible whiplashes spawn. And I generally try to get one of them. I just want to get one of them, and then I kind of like get up top here. And there's generally should be like a group of enemies here, and you could try to like damage them. I didn't really do a good job at damaging them. Sometimes, like, what is it, that strategy is a little bit luck based. Sometimes you'll get a really like great amount of demons and then you freeze bomb them and you can just go crazy with the grenades or the blood punch, and it just makes like this fight like really trivial. So I had to kind of like take it a bit slow here, but I'll still fine. You see, I'm still in map control. I just need to get rid of this invisible whiplash. God, they're the worst. When you get rid of all the Mankabai and whiplashes, 2 Cackle Demons are gonna spawn, and there's like some prowlers and some carcasses. You could try to get rid of the carcasses and the prowlers if you can, because once you get rid of the two Cackle Demons, it will spawn in a Blood Maykr, and when you get rid of the Blood Maykr, it will spawn in the Buff Totem. And I believe like the carcasses and the prowlers don't respawn in this wave, so you could pretty much try to get rid of them if you can. But since I couldn't really find like, oh, never mind. So I got rid of the Blood Maykr there, got rid of the Buff Totem because I knew how the trigger works for this fight. I decided to get rid of like the second Cackle Demons quicker, mainly because I kind of struggled finding like the additional carcasses and prowlers, but sometimes you could totally find a lot of them, and it's definitely good to kind of like get rid of them and then try to like get rid of the last Cackle Demon for the for the Blood Maykr to spawn. So once you get rid of the Buff Totem, the second Blood Maykr spawns there. Oh my god, that gargoyle. Oh, here it is. I missed this. Yeah, that was so embarrassing. I think I should have just prioritized the prowlers. Oh, I got lucky here. Look at this. These 2 demons were fighting, and I just decided to kill them. I think I should have tried to prioritize the carcasses and prowler here. But sometimes I get a little greedy and I just kind of want to get rid of the Blood Maykrs, so I don't have to worry about them, you know, just coming out of nowhere and slaying me. Like I said, Blood Maykrs are one of the most threatening enemies in this game. You really have to try to prioritize them, but then again, this game is random. Sometimes you might not have your shot for it, so sometimes you gotta get rid of the other heavy demons, like what I'm doing right now. Because I realized, you know, he has like so many demons just kind of like backing him up and always like, you know, interrupting me when I'm trying to like go for the headshot. Oh yeah. I could have taken that shot there, but I felt like I was a bit overwhelmed. I was getting kind of like overwhelmed by all like the demons here. So yeah, this took really slow, but you know, as long as you don't die, like that's all that matters, you know. You don't have to be so fast. I've definitely had like faster results, mainly because like things seem to go my way. But like I said, as long as you don't die and you don't make any stupid mistakes, that's all that matters. And I think this is where I killed him. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't believe like how long it took me to kill this one Blood Maykr. I had to kill all of like the other heavy demons. And by the ways, when you hear that like roaring sound, it's always good to kind of like pop your chain shield, just in case his attack glitches out and it clips through like objects, so you don't get randomly hit by it. Like I said, man, the Blood Maykr is kind of broken. Like his attack can sometimes do ridiculous amount of damage. Sometimes his attacks clip through objects when it's not supposed to. But stuff like that can totally get you killed. Alright, so for the Blood Maykr and Baron's wave here, I got a really good cheese strategy to get rid of to really make this part easy. I'm basically waiting for the Blood Maykr to attack. There it is, and then pop that BFG. The BFG will always kill the Blood Maykr when he removes his shield. While with his shield on, it's kind of random. It seems like most of the time he will still have his shield, but sometimes you can still be able to kill him even with the shields. But I think like it's way more consistent for him to make his attack and then just pop that BFG. You know, just to make this entire fight easily doable. You know, it's just 3 Barons and they've been affected by the BFG's tendril, so you should be able to kill them pretty quickly. And we're also gonna do the same strategy for the next fight at the bridge. So yeah, that's how you pretty much handle this fight. I promise you, if you use this strategy, you'll be like fine. You'll definitely do fine for this fight. Like this fight is almost never scary if you just copy what I did. And you could take advantage of that secret encounter, like not doing it, but if you need the health and armor, you could take advantage of that if you want to. Alright, so this bridge fight, I never thought this fight was that hard. I know some people are like scared of this fight, but even on my very first playthrough, I thought this fight was pretty simple to do. And I found a strategy that's going to make this fight even more simpler to do. And this fight is actually easier, by the ways. This fight is definitely easier in the new version because they actually removed one carcass and removed all the tentacles on like the little purple water thing, and they removed one carcass and one Hell Knight. So chainsaw, get rid of the regular cyber demon, then chainsaw this guy. Go for the what's his name, the Doom Hunter here. Immediately chain shield, get real aggressive. So right here, this really pissed me off. Yep, my blood punched. I lost all my freaking armor because my blood punched, you know, it activated when I didn't want it to activate. And this part was kind of weird because generally, when you kill the Doom Hunter, it's supposed to spawn in the Blood Maykr, but I think they recently patched this fight a little bit. Like they probably did like a little quick stealth patch for this version at that time. And now you have to kill all like the carcasses to spawn in the Blood Maykr. So right here, I'm just waiting for the Blood Maykr to attack. I couldn't stand it because, you know, I was kind of like losing like a space to move. So I just decided to burn that BFG. But I still managed to get the Blood Maykr. And now it's just the possessed Tyrant. He's really easy when he's alone. Just abuse the lock-on rockets, abuse the chain shield, and abuse the meat hook. I think I did try to like use my meat hook here. Yeah, see, just try to jump up for like, you know, verticality, and his accuracy is really not that great when you just like use the meat hook like how I did. And of course, chainsaw if you need ammo. It's very easy. Like, this guy is really a joke. You see? Just don't get too cocky and don't get too complacent, and I promise you, this possessed cyber demon will be dead before you know it. I personally prefer to go to the left side, but if you want to go for the right side to do like whatever encounter you want, I prefer the left side because I like fighting all the, what do you call it, all the pinkies. They're really fun. But if you want to fight a bunch of shield guys and get your destroyer blade on, you could do that too. Man, I love fighting groups of pinkies in Doom. Like, it's always fun. And this is the old version, so I remember my blood punch here was kind of crappy. I think I did have like a blood punch fail here a couple of times. Oh wow, it's actually going really smooth here. But yeah, the new blood punch is amazing. Like for this part right here, like testing out the new blood punch, like it feels absolutely amazing. Oh my god, look at that rocket headshot. That was sick. Yeah, see, you just like abuse the meat hook, fly over the pinkies, and just abuse the remote detonation. Remote detonation is awesome against pinkies. And yeah, this fight, pretty easy. And another reason why I go for this fight is, I think on the right side, there's actually no mega health. So it's better to go for this side. And I did edit all that footage out. I actually took a little bit of a break, you know, drink some water, relax a bit, because this last boss fight, you know, it's going to require insane amount of concentration because there's so much stuff that can go wrong. Alright, so, oh yeah, I've missed my little dashing. Okay, so for the first phase, I really think it's very simple. You just basically abuse the precision bolt and the ballista, and just try to aim at Sammer as much as you can. Be very careful of his teleporting abilities. Sometimes he could teleport on you, and make sure you get rid of his eyeballs too, so they don't like suck away like your armor and health. And by the way, sometimes you could get a glitch where Sammer and Sammer will kind of like just stay in one position. That glitch does happen at times, and if that does happen, that's great. You're definitely going to go in the second phase with really healthy health and armor. There it is. Like, be very careful of his teleporting abilities. And for the second phase, you definitely want to try to get rid of the what's his name? The possessed Hell Knight ASAP. And be very careful with the possessed Maykr, because his damage is absurd. Like, try to take him real slow. Don't get too aggressive and too cocky, because I played like that before, and there was a time where I lost my full health and armor down to like 65 health in just like a couple of milliseconds. Like the possessed Maykr, he does some really weird amount of damage at times. So right here, I'm immediately gonna focus on the possessed Hell Knight, and notice how I'm kind of hiding behind this box area right there, just to protect myself from the possessed Maykr. And right here, I really try to take it slow here. Obviously, try to get rid of the, oh my god, the body corpse. It blocked in my ballista shot here. Try to get rid of that Hell Knight before you start charging the Maykrs. I really love using lock-on rockets. I love using chain shields here, and sometimes I do use like the sticky bombs. There is kind of like a little angle where you could actually take advantage of, where the sticky bombs can actually damage the Maykrs and the Maykrs can't see you. I can't remember if I did use that technique in this video, but just take it real slow with the Maykrs. You really don't want to lose so much health and armor. Oh, there it is, see? And there you go. Now get rid of the spirit. Alright, for the third phase, I think the third phase is really easy, you know, just dodge all like the little, all like those little trap thingies, and oh yeah, I almost forgot. Once you get to the third phase, absolutely put saving throw, just in case you get some really bad RNG for the fourth and fifth phase. Alright, so for the third phase, I'll try to like make it quick here. It's really simple, just try to dodge all of like those little radiation traps. I recommend you to use the grenade launcher on the Cackle Demon. Try to glory kill them. You don't have to try to glory kill them all. And keep your freeze bomb out. Just in case, like, you know, Cackle Demons might be a little too aggressive. You might need to use it just to get a little bit of a breather. Alright, I'll just jump into the fourth phase right now. The fourth phase and the fifth phase are very random. Like, there's just so much stuff that could happen. And what I like to do for the fourth phase is I really like to try to abuse the precision bolt and the ballista as much as I can on Sammer. But the thing is, he does kind of teleport a lot. And sometimes his teleporting abilities... Oh, I remember there's a glitch here. Look at this. I tried a melee right there, but for some reason my melee did not register, and this put me in a weird position. And I had a terrible... Look at this. This was terrible. This was a terrible, terrible start for the fourth phase. I missed all those shots because I was in a bad angle. So, for this fourth phase, try your best to abuse the precision bolt and ballista, and try to chase down Sammer. But since I had a really bad start here, I decided to hug the chain gun shield. And I do recommend you to hug the chain gun shield once, like, you get kind of like halfway to the area, because one of the great things about the chain gun shield is like it will protect you from the teleporting abilities from Sammer. Like when he teleports on you and he does his slam attack, it does insane amount of damage. Right there, see, he just teleported on me. I immediately backed off. And by the way, these eyeball things, oh, look at this, this was scary. The Blood Maykr literally just kind of like came out of nowhere. You gotta be very careful of that too. I don't, like, it's kind of personal preference whether you want to get rid of the Blood Maykrs or not. The good thing about getting rid of the Blood Maykrs is like you could have more time to chase down Sammer. But the thing is, like, he could spawn anywhere on the arena, and I have gotten some really unlucky spawns where he just literally spawned on me at the right time and I died. And you also have like the option to keep the Blood Maykr alive, where you have to constantly run around and try to chase Sammer and try to ignore the Blood Maykr. But the thing is, he will always, like, there's always a chance he could just pop out of nowhere and just surprise you. So for the first, you know, generally for the fourth phase, I like to abuse the precision bolt and ballista on Sammer, and then like around halfway I start switching for like the chain gun shield. Because the chain gun shield, you know, it's really good to defend against like Sammer's teleporting attack. And when it comes to those eyeball things, always use the precision bolt and the ballista. It's the best way to take care of it. Like, there's only 3 weapons that you really want to use for this part: the ballista, the precision bolt, and the chain gun shield. That's basically it. Chain gun shield won't do as much damage compared to the precision bolt, but you do have the shield advantage. So, you know, it's kind of like personal preference. Since I had a really bad early start, I decided to abuse the chain gun shield. Look at that, there it is. He just teleported on me. I used the chain gun shield to protect myself from that teleport and his slam damage. Alright, for the 5th phase, this is what I like to do here. I like to get rid of the pain elemental ASAP, and I use the arbalist. Luckily, he was really dumb right here. Look. He literally just kind of like came out, he just came out of his spot. He wasn't that accurate, and I managed to get some really easy shots on him. But sometimes that doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, you have to try to chase down the Pain Elemental, which is really frustrating and it's stressful. And for the Dread Knight, you just abuse the lock-on rockets. I couldn't like push right here because I knew the Pain Elemental was guarding him, so I was trying to wait for him to get out. I had a nice Ice Bomb. That was a beautiful Ice Bomb. You don't really want to kill the Pain Elemental. Just ignore him. And that's what the Ice Bomb is for. I decided to use the BFG just to get more aggressive on the Dread Knight, and I got lucky with that BFG because the Blood Maykr managed to attack right after, you know, I shot my BFG. So I was able to just focus on this Dread Knight, and then that's it. That's basically all you do here, and it's GG. I will try to add more stuff in the description to explain, like, you know, a lot of like the things that can happen when you're playing, when you're fighting this boss on the 4th and 5th phase. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the Ancient Gods Part 2.